Hollywood is going to try and protect themselves from these kind of scenarios in the future. And if they know that someone like Blake Lively could come along and start suing people in the movie or the director of the movie for SH and their insurance wouldn't cover that, what are they going to do in the future?
I'm not the type of actor who can act without producing, you know, like you can't just put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform. And I used to be very insecure about that. I used to feel like an imposter.
If people feel like they're walking on eggshells, they'll just hire someone else. If someone's going to take over the film like Blake Lively admits she does, the rug pull she's admitted to Forbes, who wants to work with someone like that? I want to work with someone who's honest, who is collaborative, and she was never collaborative.
Gina Rodriguez has publicly thrown her support behind Justin Baldoni, and the news has quickly spread across Hollywood. At the same time, reports claim major studios are becoming increasingly hesitant to offer Blake Lively new roles. Many believe her career has entered its toughest phase yet, and even her PR team can no longer control the growing backlash. Since It Ends With Us, Blake has reportedly failed to secure another major project. Several upcoming productions are said to have been canceled or put on hold, with 3 projects allegedly shelved because studios fear audience boycotts if they move forward with her. From their perspective, the financial risk now outweighs any possible reward. Her once beloved public image has also taken a major hit. Critics argue that the friendly, bubbly personality she built over the years no longer feels genuine. Instead, many now see someone willing to hurt the careers of fellow actors whenever they stand in her way. In the eyes of her critics, the image she carefully created has cracked, revealing a side that can no longer be hidden. No matter how many Instagram updates, public appearances, or carefully planned photo opportunities follow, many believe the damage to her reputation has already been done.
Behind the scenes, Hollywood is turning their back on her. They are saying that she's the next Amber Heard, and they are warning her that she could be pushed out of Hollywood.
When controversy sweeps through Hollywood, most celebrities choose not to get involved. Speaking out can put careers, business relationships, and public image at risk, so many prefer to stay on the sidelines. But after Justin Baldoni shared an emotional statement describing what he says were 2 painful years, and the toll the dispute took on him, several people close to him publicly offered their support. Among the most talked about responses was one from Gina Rodriguez. Having spent 5 seasons working alongside Justin on Jane the Virgin, she knew him through years of long filming schedules and close collaboration. Supporters argue that someone who worked with him so extensively would have formed her own opinion based on first-hand experience. Rather than remaining silent, Gina commented on Justin's post with the message, "Love you, friend. Por vida red heart." The Spanish phrase, meaning for life, was widely interpreted as a heartfelt expression of loyalty during a difficult period. Many observers considered her response significant because it came from a longtime friend and colleague who had worked closely with Justin for years. Gina has continued to build a successful career, appearing in films such as Players and Awake while also co-hosting Lucky 13 with Shaquille O'Neal, making her decision to speak publicly stand out. Their friendship extends beyond work. In 2019, Justin officiated Gina's wedding to her husband, Joe Lo Cicero, reflecting the close personal bond they share. For many following the situation, her public message of support carried extra weight because she chose to speak when many others remained silent.
Gina and I made a pact with each other to make this about something much bigger from the very beginning. We really made this about impact and bringing joy to people.
The conflict between Blake and Justin has revealed that her actions during the film's production, including creative overreach, led to a collapse in her and Ryan Reynolds' public reputations. Blake's public image has clashed with her later attempts to project a shy persona at the Met Gala. That shift has been characterized as delusional behavior following her career self-implosion, people having seen her try to reinvent herself in real-time music, and seeing exactly how desperate that reinvention actually was. Blake should have apologized for the film's tone-deaf marketing, and their behavior toward co-star Justin Baldoni should have recognized that the power struggle on set was of her own making. Studios are becoming aware of working with Blake and Ryan as a couple due to the risk of further controversies, and a lack of any genuine love towards acting.
His wife, Blake, is no longer valuable in Hollywood. She's not longer valuable for brands.
The video argues that Ryan Reynolds' reported conduct during the production of The Hitman's Bodyguard in 2017 reflects a pattern that, according to the narrator, existed long before the "It Ends With Us" controversy. It claims that during filming of a major train sequence, Ryan allegedly declined to continue shooting for about 2 weeks while seeking changes to the dialogue until it matched his preferred version. According to the video's account, the delay reportedly increased costs for the production, which it describes as operating on a relatively limited budget. The narrator also alleges that the interruption affected members of the UK-based crew, claiming some workers were left without pay while filming was paused. These claims are presented as part of the video's broader argument about Ryan Reynolds' conduct, but they remain allegations presented by the source rather than established facts.
Exactly what Blake did on It Ends With Us, holding the production hostage. Ryan Reynolds did exactly the same thing here.
The narrator argues that Ryan Reynolds became increasingly confident throughout his career, claiming his success and influence led him to believe he could act without facing meaningful consequences. According to the video's perspective, this alleged pattern was visible again during the dispute involving Justin Baldoni. The video further claims that Ryan viewed Justin as someone who needed to be sidelined following disagreements connected to It Ends With Us. It also alleges that Ryan and Blake Lively later spent time in Canada, with the narrator suggesting this was an attempt to avoid intense public attention while waiting for the controversy to fade. However, the narrator contends that the opposite happened, arguing that the debate continued to grow as more commentary, claims, and public reactions emerged. The video presents this as evidence that the controversy did not disappear, but instead gained momentum over time. The narrator also references unverified online rumors involving Hugh Jackman, suggesting they have fueled additional speculation about the couple's public image. These claims are presented without established evidence. Ultimately, the video argues that the dispute with Justin Baldoni was not an isolated event, but, in the narrator's opinion, the first time someone with sufficient resources chose to publicly challenge them instead of remaining silent.
She just tried to destroy a man's life, reputation, and livelihood. You know, she accused him of some of the worst stuff you could accuse anybody of, but Hugh says they were having a ball over at the Met Gala.
Studios are becoming aware of working with Blake and Ryan as a couple due to the risk of legal drama and lack of any genuine collaboration. These two have shown that they will sue anyone who challenges them while refusing to bend to their will. And that kind of reputation is a career killer. In an industry where relationships and goodwill matter more than almost anything else, the damage has been done in a way that cannot be easily repaired, no matter how much money they throw at PR firms and image consultants. Ryan's ascent to A-list superstardom via Deadpool in 2016 versus Blake's struggle to find a similar breakout vehicle. That disparity in success has been a source of tension that manifested in this recent controversy. Blake decided that she needed to control her own projects and have more control over her career, but that resulted in her acting like a queen. When the truth started to come out and the Blake Lively family realized they were losing control, they panicked and started trying to use every sneaky public relations trick they could think of to make people feel sorry for Blake. Every single one of those tricks failing in a crazy way, and actually making them look even worse than they already looked. But still, the most shocking stunt happened at the Time 10,000 gala. And I need to tell you about this because it is genuinely one of the most disgusting things I have ever seen a celebrity do. Blake was invited to give a speech because her husband had donated money to the organization years ago. They only made that donation in the first place to cover up the fact that they got married on a southern plantation where people were treated badly. But Blake did not talk about the charity or the important work it does. Ted, she brought her 77-year-old mother, Elaine Lively, into the story.
She wanted me to share with you that she is a survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman.
The narrator argues that Blake Lively's public remarks about her mother's past traumatic experience became one of the most disputed moments in the ongoing debate. According to the video, critics believed her wording could lead audiences to draw connections that were not explicitly stated, prompting backlash from some commentators who felt the issue of trauma was being used inappropriately during a public relations battle. The video also references criticism from people who said such messaging could distract from broader conversations about survivors. It then shifts focus to Blake's family, claiming they publicly rallied behind her as the dispute intensified. According to the narrator, Blake's half-sister, Robin Lively, defended her on social media after early reports about Justin Baldoni surfaced, encouraging followers to support Blake. The video says some users challenged Robin in the comments, questioning whether she had reviewed publicly discussed evidence. It further claims Robin responded by blocking critics, which the narrator portrays as an attempt to limit opposing views. The discussion then turns to Robin's husband, actor Bart Johnson. The narrator says he also criticized Justin Baldoni online, questioning his public image and authenticity. The video argues that these remarks drew attention because of the ongoing legal dispute between the parties, with some online commenters suggesting that making strong public accusations during active litigation could carry legal risks. Throughout this section, the narrator presents these events as evidence of a coordinated effort by Blake's supporters, while critics online continue to dispute that interpretation. The controversy, the video concludes, has remained active because competing narratives continue to fuel public debate.